Ladies and gentlemen, WWE Backlash has come to a close, and here is your official review. Now, this pay-per-view didn't have the most hype in the world, but the potential was totally there, and this show absolutely delivered. To me, this pay-per-view felt like a chain. Every match was an absolute banger one after another, starting at the United States Championship match, LA Knight versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, the champion. This match went hard. We saw a bunch of crazy spots, fatal four-way shenanigans. I was glued off of my seat the entire time. Reactions are on my TikTok. But seriously though, they did a really good job booking this match. I think Drew McIntyre's gear looks really sick. I really dig that green jacket. That was fucking awesome. So during the match, Solo came out and tried to help Jacob Fatu, and in doing that, he brought out the newest Timu Bloodline member, Jeff Cobb. Now, when you think about the name Jeff Cobb on paper, you think of like a white businessman. I'm not going to disrespect the man's name, but what the fuck? This guy is apparently a big meatball of a Samoan athlete. I mean, he literally threw himself at LA Knight. I'm super happy with the way they did this. This match definitely needed that thing at the end to tie it all together, but we're going to have to see for Jeff Cobb. I'm not really sure how I feel yet about him. He kind of looked like a fan. Like every time they would pan over to him in Solo, it looks like a fan hopped the barricade. Either way, I'm here for it. We just need to see him on SmackDown. We need to see him in wrestling gear. Overall, I'm very happy with this match. Next up, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. Now, to me, objectively, this was the best defense of the Women's IC title to date. Making this the only women's match and the only women's championship match on the card absolutely elevated that title. And it needed it so badly to where now I kind of view the United States Championship as a comedy championship, and I view the Intercontinental Championship as the serious workhorse title. The match is fantastic. I think towards the end it kind of dragged down a little bit, but I think that was just to kind of fill time. This pay-per-view ended very early. I'm Eastern time and ended at about 9:30 for me, which is very, very weird for WWE. And I think part of it is because there was only 5 matches and there was really no backstage segments, nothing else to fill time, so they just leaned on those matches, and I think it worked out. No Becky Hogan was detected, unfortunately, and Lyra Valkyria walked out with her title, which to me I think just adds to the story. It makes the title a little bit more prestigious, considering that Lyra beat someone like Becky Lynch. She can beat everyone else. Do I think it's still going to be Becky that beats her eventually? Probably, but I think this was a great way to start their feud. So next up, we had Dirty Dominic Mysterio defending his title against Penta. Penta's new entrance and new theme song with the guitars of Tool is absolutely awesome, and his gear looked fucking sick. I absolutely love that electric blue. I also like the cow print from Dom. Really, really cool stuff. So I couldn't help but notice when I was watching this match that it wasn't hitting the same level that some of the other matches on the card were doing, and I think that was because this match was announced right before Backlash and didn't have a lot of time to build. Penta and Dom have very contrasting styles, and I think this match was more about showing Dom's maturity, showing Dom's growth as a wrestler, and it absolutely showed. I mean, this match was very good objectively. This is where the crowd started to even out until we saw the Judgment Day get involved, and they got about 10 seconds of screen time before they were thrown out by the referee. My God, this is the first time the referee has ever actually been a smart person in the WWE. He turned around. He saw what was happening. He kicked everybody out. And to finish the match, El Grande Americano came out, pulled Penta off the top ropes, and costed him the match. I kind of saw that coming, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're doing with El Grande Americano and Judgment Day and Penta, how they're weaving all this together. Maybe this could be the story snowballing of the Lucha Brothers coming together. I will say one thing though, I really, really want to see a Judgment Day El Grande Americano. Next up, we had Pat McAfee taking on Gunther to defend Michael Cole. If you wanted to, you could say this was a custody of Michael Cole match. I think Pat had a really good amount of offense. Gunther seemed to no-sell pretty much everything in the match. It was a bit slow, it was a bit messy at points, but I think that's literally just because Pat is not a wrestler, and people need to understand that too when they're talking about how slow the match was. Them fully involving Michael Cole, having Michael be in the ring, having him be on the side of the ring, holding down Gunther's foot, I think it added a lot of drama to the story, and that was a big driving factor of this pay-per-view, was just general drama, because A, there's only 5 matches, and there weren't many backstage segments to keep it going. Everything happened like it should. Gunther came out in a very dominant victory, and I was really, really hoping to see Goldberg or Rusev, some sort of progression to Gunther's story after his loss of the championship, but it kind of just ended flat. They both walked out, and that was the end of it. I'm assuming we'll hear more on Raw or SmackDown, but we need more from this, people. I want to see what happens. And ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the night, Randy Orton versus John Cena, the WWE Undisputed Championship, one last time. When I tell you that St. Louis's noise fed this match and kept this match moving, it is absolutely true, because that's what happened. To me, from a wrestling, drama, story standpoint, this match outdid Cody and Cena at WrestleMania. I mean, John Cena literally rizzed this up. I mean, how much more could you ask for? This was a very slow, methodical paced match, and it was also very overbooked. I think they were tending to the fan service because, like, you know Randy's not going to win, so we're going to do everything in this match to make Randy look as cool as possible, and they did this by having Randy RKO literally every WWE suit in the backstage area. If you grew up watching that era of WWE, this match was definitely nostalgic for you. It was nostalgic for me. I grew up watching Cena versus Orton. That was the marquee matchup all the time. So this match matchup definitely hit me right in the feels, but to add a new dynamic, R-Truth came out and pleaded that Randy Orton not go forth on the punt to John Cena, to where then Cena skadoosh right under the balls and got him for the AA in the cover. Cena retains his championship. I think having R-Truth out there was a really funny dynamic, but I can't believe they transitioned that into the finish. I mean, that's wild. This match was great, super nostalgic, I loved it, and after in the post-show press conference, R-Truth actually showed up to talk to John Cena, and Cena had heard enough at that point, and I'll just show you what happened. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this show is the absolute definition of sleeper. There was zero hype, and I mean zero hype going into this match, and WWE absolutely delivered. I don't know if you've noticed, but over the past few years, all the other Backlash pay-per-views have also kind of been sleepers. I think that post-WrestleMania season is where the most hype is at, and WWE, I think, has finally realized that. So for me, this pay-per-view is an 8 out of 10. Book it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you click the links in the description. It's my Instagram, it's my TikTok, it's the BTB channel if you want to see vlogs and other stuff with my friends. Check out all the YouTube shorts and all the other videos. You can click through and watch tons of other content on this channel. If you're a pro wrestling fan, I promise you're going to love this channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.